This week, from the internet. It's a not-so-civil war of words on TikTok as the keyboard warriors come out to play Yay Yay. Plus, Ben Affleck is back as the Bat as first reported by a family on vacation at Universal Hollywood. And Mattel steps in it again with their Jurassic Park line, but at least they had the good sense to wear gloves. God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates the Reluctant Adult Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adults Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the real Captain America, Bill.
Hi, everybody. I lay no claim to that title whatsoever.
So we have to talk about it because it became a thing. If you only listen to the podcast, you probably have no idea. You're blissfully unaware.
Right.
If you follow us on TikTok and you looked at this particular TikTok, you will see that it had a lot of comments, a lot of comments. Now, the TikTok was a clip from last week's show where we were talking about the slate of upcoming Marvel movies and how we were pretty burnt out on the upcoming films.
Right.
And we were saying like this was coming out. Oh, there's a Captain America, not the real Captain America. And like at no point were we trying to like they have a hot take to say that the current Captain America, Sam, is not the real Captain America. It's just like, this is not the same character from the other Captain America movies. So if you only follow the movies and you are, you see that there's a Captain America movie and then you see that the Captain America is not in the Captain America movie, you might be like, what exactly is this movie? But that is not how...
universe does that stand in?
That is not how it was taken on TikTok. TikTok apparently a place where people sort of just they just sort of cruise through videos trying to find something they disagree with so that they can stitch it or duet it
and create their own content. Yes,
create their own content based on that.
They gotta grow their own brand at the end of the day.
Absolutely. So we had no intention of starting any sort of discussion.
Not at all. Not at all.
Or it was funny because Oh, go ahead.
I think I'll piggyback on what you said in terms of just being burnt out of the MCU in general. Mm-hmm. I mean, you and I go on record saying that we've kind of stopped watching a lot of the current media that's been put out. So much so, I used to go opening night to every single film.
Yeah, literally
with my brother.
Yeah.
And it was a tradition, and I haven't followed through with that in well over a year, whether it be because of pandemic-related issues or just not finding the time. But
yeah,
it's just one of those things. And then they release the slate of phases, and it's exciting for plenty of people. But there's just so much content at this point. It's so short of time that there's really no way to absorb it all unless you make it your whole life.
Right. You have to be very dedicated to it.
Yes. And that's not me anymore. I'm sorry.
Right. We got stuff going on. Good for you if you can do it if you know the comics, the stories, everything. We've been pretty open about not following the comics at all.
No, you and I love our X-Men and our early 90s animated television and maybe some
the cards,
Marvel playing cards.
The trading cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's pretty much the extent of our knowledge on.
If I need backstory, I'll go to whatever Wikipedia it is.
Right, yeah.
Is it Wikipedia? I don't even know what Marvel Wikipedia it is.
There's
just to find out some background information. Yeah. Or I'll listen to a great recap by Screen Crush, who will always tell me all the inside information.
There you go, plug for them. Yeah. I've got to the point with these films where I literally don't care what they're gonna do. Like, I'm not like, oh, it looks like, oh, there's an Easter egg. Oh, this is coming. Before I would like look it up and be like, oh, this is this and that is that. Now it's like, whatever. If I see it, I see it. If it's good, it's good. I'm not, no. And like it's great. Unlike Star Wars, it seems like there is a master plan to these movies, to these this film, all of these things like TV shows, and I don't, it'd be funny if there were comics that extended the cinematic universe. That would be confusing, but I don't think they're doing that. But I just don't care. I'm not here to fight with anybody unless it's about The Rock's hair, and then I will die on that hill. But yeah, so that was the whole thing this week. It seems to have died down. I made what I thought was a very good rebuttal video. Got nowhere near the attention, of course, that the original video got. But I had to put in that supercut of all of the terrible names that people were calling us. The F word.
I think that first night, I was so disillusioned with everything. I said, I think this is the end for me, at least. I can't go on any further.
Oh, you were just gonna bow out from the internet?
I was so sad. I was so sad.
You made Bill sad.
Being labeled this and something I don't strive to be, and something I don't strive to have my kids ever inherit, or it's just like, ugh.
Yeah. No, it was terrible. And like, for a moment there, I was like, oh, I need to defend myself in every comment. But then I was tough. Like, people, they just post whatever and then they're gone. They're not going to look back.
Right.
If they are looking for a fight, there's never going to come a point where they're like, oh, you know what? I see your side of it. This is fine. They just want to fight. So there's really no point. And this is our small taste of what it must be like to be a celebrity. Like, poor Pixel Dan. No wonder he blocked us on everything. He doesn't want to hear the negativity. He ain't got time for that. Are you kidding me?
No.
I get it now, man. I get it. I feel bad. Yeah. So I want to say I'll be a little more careful about what clips I choose to put on TikTok. But like, it seems like you can find something to complain about. Anything
you take whatever out of context.
Yeah, because you're just taking like 10 seconds or 5 seconds of a clip. And no one's going to go, we've seen, no one's going to go to the original clip to see what you're saying. And no one's going to go to your other clips to see like the general humor of the show or anything that'll give you some context.
I mean, once it's in the hands of that Stitch, they can manipulate it however they want just to coerce their own base.
Right.
Into action, whether it's positive or negative. And I really enjoyed, because you don't think about it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed your comment on the rebuttal about providing free marketing for Disney.
That's what it is.
Because that's what it is. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Everyone out there that does a video about Disney, does a trailer review, they're not getting paid. They want to get paid. Some people, like Jay Stu,
some people
gets to like go to the red carpet for a Buzz Lightyear and things. That's the goal. But 99.999% of people out there making content about Disney stuff ain't getting nothing for it. Maybe some friends. No. It's funny if you look at. Before I go any further, I do want to say thank you to Danny Boy, who was the one guy in our comments that was sticking up for us. I think he's still in our live. He really
appreciate him.
He really was in there, and I sort of like had thrown up my hands and I was like, no more. But he was in there. I feel like
he pulled an all-nighter on this one for us. I do.
We're gonna make him the official fan of the week because
I really appreciate him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Danny Boy. I was gonna say something and I forgot what it was.
I know that at one point I attempted to defend myself, and it turned into this whole separate other thing through DMs and everything else, and I was like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, so you made the mistake of actually trying to defend yourself.
And rationalizing it in a serious way.
Nobody's here for that. They want to fight. So the only thing you can do is give them what they want, or just sort of joke about it. That's the way. That's the way I went. And then they just get tired because you were trying to say that you didn't even know. You didn't even see or don't remember the show, like the events of the show. But that wasn't even what we were talking about. We weren't saying that the character wasn't really Captain America. I was just like, oh, it's a Captain America movie without Captain America. Like, and then obviously we know there are people that are like, that's not my Captain America. And I was sort of playing off of that, not being serious because I don't care.
I mean, I feel like after Endgame, which was 2019, I was talking to my wife about this because I was like, "Hey, check out what Paul had said in his rebuttal," and I go, the original thing.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I forgot Sam passed the mantle of Captain America by Steve Rogers at the end of Endgame, and then you and we've got episodes where we were very, very positive and very excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it somewhat let us down because we wanted to see something a little bit more grounded with like superheroes, how their day-to-day is, and then it just turned into like a beat-em-up.
It was very generic Marvel.
Very generic.
So
coming off the heels of WandaVision, which we were both very excited for, very different, out of the box.
Most of that, the last episode, it sort of devolved into the generic Marvel fight 'em up, beat 'em up. But yeah, so we were excited for that. It was fine. It was whatever it was. I don't need any more of that. They're gonna do a Captain America movie with Sam, and who knows what else? Who knows what that movie's going to be? People already speculating that Chris Evans will come back somehow. So I don't want to hear it that you're completely moved on from Chris Evans. Nobody moves on from Chris Evans. Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth. Those are the cornerstones. I know you need one more because of the corners, but maybe what is there another one that you would say is maybe Loki? Is that what you just yelled out, Loki? Yeah.
You wouldn't say the Black Widow?
Well,
I would say the Black Widow.
I would only
Loki.
not say her because she showed up in Iron Man 2 as just like a sort of a background character, and she didn't get her own. She didn't get her own film until after the fact. Like the character,
but she was
dead.
Consistently through.
I mean, I don't want to start a whole other thing here.
I'm gonna start something with you, man.
Opinion,
in your own show, you and I are gonna throw it down
because
don't do it. Don't do it. No, stop.
I didn't
put it back in the box.
I listen. I'm number one Scarlett Johansson fan here, but I just don't think that what they did with the character allowed that character to be on the level of the other characters. Agree or disagree? These are the characters that are synonymous with Marvel. Now that they've phased them out, it's a new Marvel. This sort of gives you an out. As a fan, you can sort of be like, all right, I don't need to be a hardcore fan anymore. The characters that I grew up with, or not grew up with, but they're like, you went along with, like, we saw Marvel from its infancy. In terms of the cinematic universe,
well, we spent 10 years invested.
Well, that's the thing. We invested so much
even
time.
Longer than that. We've been with this since the X-Men days.
Right.
To be fair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we've put in our time. We get to say when enough is enough, and if we don't like the direction they're going, and like I don't know why they stop. Why did you kill off Iron Man? Why did you kill off Captain America? We don't really know. Maybe they didn't want to keep spending all of this money on their contracts. Okay. That's a reason. Maybe the actors were done. Okay. We don't know. All we know is we liked what they were doing. They're doing something different. This is a good off-ramp if you don't want to be as hardcore a fan as you used to be.
Right.
That's all we're saying, man.
I feel the same way about Star Wars. After episode 9 there.
Yeah.
And whatever direction you're free to pick and choose. You're free to pick and choose.
Yeah.
Do I like The Mandalorian? Yes. Yeah. Do I invest time in the new High Republic media? No. Not my thing.
The young adult books.
Yeah, the younger Yoda, as it were, series.
Has that happened yet? Is that out?
Yeah, it's been out.
Oh, really? Younger Yoda? Nobody's been talking about that at all.
I think it takes place like 200 years prior to episode 1.
Time has no meaning. What does that mean?
Not
200 years? Like,
he's 700 years old in this.
I want to see the like technology and stuff. Like, I need to see a timeline of like when were like the hologram things invented? Was there a time before holograms that the Jedi were roaming around? That's my interest in the Star Wars world now, the architecture of it.
You want Jedi with actual swords and not lightsabers.
Yes. So was there a time in Star Wars lore before lightsabers? Did they have practical swords, and what were those made out of? A metal? That would be an interesting story. Put it on the History Channel. The fake History Channel. Let's make a new channel.
What the hell? It was on the History Channel, or it was like Destination America today. It was some Ozzy Osbourne show. It was weird.
Oh, is he still kicking? Good for him.
Yeah, they were showing like clips of. They were showing clips of like bizarre clips of people doing weird things, and then just getting his opinion on him and Sharon's opinion on them. I forget what it was called.
Wait, they're back together? Is this a current show?
I don't know if it's a current show.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound like it's happening now. I don't think their relationship is too.
That's sad.
Yeah, well, it's been a while. They've been divorced a long time.
Oh no! Maybe she's just his caretaker. This is breaking news for me.
I don't know. This is too sad of an alley.
This is too off topic for us.
Nothing's off topic on this show. I will say that.
Wow. Perfect.
So last week was Comic-Con. This week was everybody sleeping. Nothing going on.
Yeah, this is nothing con except for us, who had a very, very exciting week.
I know. If it wasn't for us, we would have nothing to talk about this week.
Oh my god. I mean, a couple things came in. I'll start real quick,
all right,
just to get it out of the way and just to get my 2 cents on it, because I will open it soon.
Hey,
these guys are starting to ship the retro carded classified series from Walmart.
Did it come in an envelope or bag?
They're all coming in envelopes. Yeah. Yes, they did.
And it was limit of one?
It is limited. I think you can order more now, but man, is this thing warped as hell, and the card stock is just as flimsy as garbage.
Oh no, it is?
It's
not like the
it's not
like
thick.
The retro Marvel. Like those are thick. Like you could build a house with those.
This thing is skinny as hell. It's like, you can keep your plastic on this, but we're gonna take away 60% of your card back.
No.
Oh, okay. But yeah, shipped in an envelope. I got Baroness Gung Ho, who I was really excited. This one I think was the one I was most excited for, just because of the fact he's in that classic fatigues marine color. He looks right out of the Real American Hero there.
Someone did a nice comparison photo of the two figures, and it's like it's basically a brand new figure. They got rid of the mohawk, they fixed the mustache, like the body I think is pretty much 100% new. Like, does it share maybe the torso is a shared tooling, but the torso might be shared. Yeah. Basically a totally
I know
figure.
that original figure shared a lot of parts with the Roadblock figure, the very first Roadblock figure. But man, excellent looking. I got Baroness and Lady J so far. Destro's still out in the wild.
I think that Lady J is really plain looking.
She is plain, but she came in that's what my hope was. She came in a really good. She was packed in an envelope, but she was a perfect card.
Nice.
So I had my fingers crossed for the rest.
That's so sad.
But now,
you want to keep those on the card, and it just shows up ruined, and you're like, what do I do with this?
Here's what I got. Like a nice comparison here. So here's Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Human Torch there.
Yeah, the retro.
Look how thick that is.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. The Marvel retro is nice and thick.
The Marvel retros.
Yeah.
I throw that there next to the G.I. Joe retro and get that in shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Oh my God, you can really tell. That's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
It's like when Mattel. This is Hasbro, but it's like when Mattel did the retro WWE guys that look like the Hasbros. That you could like wave it. It was so thin. Like those were coming destroyed.
So he's going to be an opener, which is fine. I do open those. So
did you try to return it and say it was ruined and see if they let you keep it?
I can talk to you off the show for that.
Okay.
I don't even think. No, well, here's I want to tell you a quick story about, and I'm waiting for it to return. Walmart will ship out your pre-order no matter what.
Okay.
No matter what. You pre-order something.
Yeah.
If you move, they'll still ship it out. If you die, they'll still ship it out.
Okay.
If you have your credit card or whatever card linked expire and not updated or canceled and they can't charge the card, they'll still ship it out.
And then they just will try to retroactively get your money.
Retroactively get your money. Occasionally. Within a certain dollar value.
But it's a big company. Sometimes things fall through the cracks.
Sometimes just fall through.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I'm not saying I paid for these. I'm not saying
I'm picking up what you're
putting
down. I got you.
Yeah.
So this may be a freebie. Okay, well that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It should be. They destroyed it. The money they saved on shipping, you were gonna have to send it back because it was a piece of trash. I'm dealing with that. So like Target's really good about just keep it. Just keep it. Amazon will take back. We ordered a ceramic pineapple for our fish tank. and
Okay.
they just put it in a box, and obviously it got chipped. Send us a new one, we said. They sent us a new one. Worse than the first one. Totally destroyed.
Ooh.
They keep wanting them back. Like they're going to put them on their other section of like lower priced goods because that's their business model. They would rather
they're gonna
back.
throw it in a giant banana box with a pallet and have you buy it for $1,000 with giant mystery box.
They do the mystery box, right. So
Yes.
you're never going to get, I want to say never. I feel like there was a time where they would let you have it, but now it seems like they want everything back because they
I feel
own.
like sometimes you get a credit for it too.
Yeah, that could be true.
It might give you,
but they still
might
want
give you,
the
like, a
thing.
gift card.
That's
They
the
still
funny
want the
part.
thing.
It's like this is trash now. We still want it. Someone will buy it, and they own the shipping service that they use. So it's not like they're spending any money. So, but Target is very good about just keep it. Whatever. We don't care anymore. We're basically giving stuff away. The clearance sale at Target seems to be winding down. Everything that was on clearance is either the product is gone or like I don't know if they took all the clearance stickers away. I did find a WWE Legends Edge figure, which was from a series that was clearanced, and it didn't have the ticket anymore. But I took it to the scanner and it showed up at $6, originally $20. So I was like, yeah. But it seems like we're nearing the end of this clearance cycle, which hopefully means more product is going to come out pretty soon.
I have been seeing a lot of people getting, and that this is Target's issue though.
Yeah.
They don't put it all out at once. They put a little bit out at a time, and then it sells through, and then they never replenish.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be empty.
Yeah.
It's just this vicious circle of just like the bigger fish eating the smaller fish, eating this, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Speaking,
I found that Previsla Carbonite collection figure for markdown. That was nice.
Oh, you did? So you finally found it for the price you wanted?
I did. $11.
There you go. I saw those somewhere else. I didn't even scan it because the one I did go to, they weren't clearanced. So that it varied widely. I keep waiting for the Star Wars babies to go on clearance, but only the Yoda got clearanced out. But I've started to see. Oh, so in your store, one of the characters of the 4?
I sent you a message because I had
do
them all in
remember
the
that.
cart. Yeah, the Rhodian.
But
the Rhodian was marked down.
They have different SKUs?
Odd.
It's so strange.
They do. No, they do.
I've started seeing them littered around the store, like people are bringing them to scan them and then being like, "Ah!"
So excited. Yeah, I got the Rhodian for $8, and I was like, I had them all in my cart, and I was like, I'm gonna buy all these babies.
Yeah.
Because they're $30 a piece, but they didn't have the Ewok. The Ewok went fast. I feel like nobody has.
We wanted. Yeah.
The Ewok was good. I like the Rhodian.
I like the Rhodian too. The Rhodian's my favorite one.
Glistening little eyes.
There's the Rhodian, the Wookiee, the Ewok, and what's the fourth one?
The Jawa.
Jawa's my second favorite, I think. Chewbacca, I can take or leave him.
Chewbacca looks a little odd because you expect Chewbacca to have just all-out fur and not like a plastic head.
Plastic head, it's disappointing. I don't think we'll see a follow-up to those.
We won't see a Baby Max Rebo. That's
do
unfortunate.
well, did not work. Price tag just way too high. And it was in the figure aisle, which I think was the wrong place for it. It was a very strange. Hasbro, Star Wars team, having some
that's
trouble.
Mattel. That's Mattel. Don't worry, that's Mattel.
Okay.
No one
everyone on all the Star Wars teams, get it together, guys. we want to support you, but you're making some weird choices. I don't know. It's crazy. While we're talking about clearance, I do want to quickly mention, in the past, I loved the Target clearance because it gave you a chance to sample a new toy line that you thought looked interesting, but you didn't want to pay full price for. One such example during this current markdown is this. You see that right there? Aikido, I guess it's pronounced. So these are in the video game toy aisle, not the normal action figure aisle.
Okay.
You see that on TikTok Live?
Right.
So I always thought these were cool. They're basically Rock'em Sock'em robots, but you move this little thing, and you can see there's like a try me feature, and she rotates, and then
look at her go.
You have here's one that's open, so it spins, and then you have the opposing guy like right in front of them like this, so they fight. But if you hit the head like this, it splits in half. It's but a flesh wound. You see that?
I do see that.
There we go.
Very nice.
So those I think maybe were $10 originally, marked down to $3. They had 2 on the shelf of 2 of the same. So I grabbed both, thinking maybe I could find one at another store and exchange it or whatever. Totally gone. People were waiting for these to hit clearance, clearly, because they went real fast. That whole section is empty now, so I don't know if they're going to have more of them. Clearly did not sell well enough to not be clearanced, so not a great sign. But I do actually enjoy them. I don't know that I need a million of them, but the action feature does work pretty well, and I was playing with my son with it, and it was fun. It's fun to like beat the guy up. There's like a larger set that makes it look like an arcade game, and you put them on that. I think that would probably help because it's hard when you're coming at like different angles. You're trying to like sneak around and go like that, but it's fun. I like it. There we go.
They look fun to fidget with.
Yeah, they're a fun fidget toy. But that may be the end of those. Let me see who makes those. You can see them. Kohl's has them, so they were pretty wide. Oh, it's made by Moose. So the people that make the Gujitsu and sort of random things. They used to do the trash people, right? That's what we first knew them for. The trash pack.
The grocery gang.
Grocery gang, whatever. I think they did.
Was that Moose?
Maybe not. I thought it was, because then they definitely do the Gujitsu, and I thought that it was like, oh, this is
right.
Those die, or those walked so Gujitsu could run.
You probably are correct. I mean, they get their hands. They dip their hands on a lot of properties. They've got Peppa Pig. I think Moose does Bluey as well.
Yeah, I feel like it's the company is from another country. Like Bluey is from Australia. I don't know why I think that, but I do. Like maybe something from their social media makes me think that they're not a domestic company, but they are definitely in a lot of stores. So yeah,
gotcha.
Just a fun clearance thing. Clearance, like I said, wrapping up. So we'll see. Probably won't see clearance again until January.
Till we meet again.
Till we meet again, clearance. My favorite time of the year.
Yes.
Let's see what else we got.
We got a lot. We haven't even touched base on the list yet.
We didn't start our list yet. We have plenty of time. Probably the biggest entertainment news this week is that WB confirmed that Ben Affleck returning to the role of Batman in the Aquaman movie. Okay, they're doing an Aquaman movie. Wow, I am totally checked out on DC. Goodness,
we knew that there was an Aquaman movie coming out.
You knew. I probably did.
Second Aquaman movie.
Just because of the Amber Heard thing. I guess there was questions about whether she was going to be in it or not. She is.
My new favorite Batman
toy.
is the Keanu Reeves Batman, so I'm all set.
What is that? Oh, from the Pets movie?
Yes, from the League of Super Pets.
Did you see the movie?
We saw it yesterday.
Is it good? Because we might see it.
It's fun.
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
No, it's
yeah,
fun.
we might take Charlie to see it this week before he
Oh,
starts
good. Yeah, no, it's enjoyable. It's a good, puppy gross out poop humor a little bit.
My favorite.
Little tinkle humor here and there.
I will say that I initially resisted this movie because I don't like when they cast famous people who are just going to sound like themselves. Like
they don't.
Is Kevin Hart in this?
Kevin Hart is in it.
Does he sound like Kevin Hart?
He does not really.
Really? Okay.
He does.
Okay.
You know it's Kevin Hart.
Sure.
You know it's Dwayne Johnson. However, you're seeing them through the lens of an animated dog.
Yeah.
So it goes. The villain. I like the villain a lot. You really enjoy Lulu, the guinea pig.
Oh, okay.
As the main villain.
Is Louis C.K. in this? Did they let him come back and be in another Pets movie? He would have been a good villain.
No, Mark Maron was in it.
Okay.
Though as Lex Luthor.
I did see.
But yeah, Keanu Reeves is Batman, and he's like, is that Keanu Reeves? And you really have to. You don't have to, but you're like, it's like, is this him? And it's like, yeah.
Who's Superman? Is it Jim? I thought it was someone.
It's John Krasinski.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was him because I remember there was a headline that was like John Krasinski Superman. I was like,
playing two superheroes in under a year.
Oh, look at that! That's funny. I thought
what a guy.
So obviously they announced that they're doing Fantastic Four the film. So
right,
he's been going on TV shows, and people are like, "Are you gonna be the Mr. Fantastic?" And there's no way. There's just no way they're going through with that. Like, this was definitely just like a little like nod to the fans. Like, there's no way he is gonna be Mr. Fantastic long term. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either. No.
That's people's dream. And
but
it's gonna wind up
we
being
had the dream, and it wasn't great. It didn't work.
It wasn't.
It wasn't right. Yeah.
It didn't suit him. He was very jerky, I would say.
It's just not. Here's the thing with John Krasinski. He was perfect for Jim, sometimes you only get to be one character. Like Don Draper, John Hamm will only be Don Draper. He's been in a million things since. Name one.
And he's outside of that episode of Black Mirror.
Right, that episode he's on 30 Rock, but like he's just Don Draper. That's it. So Jim is
Don
Jim.
Draper.
It was a career-defining role.
That show with Ellie Kemper, he's decent in that.
Were she the mole people one, or like?
Yes, that one.
But he was playing. Okay, I was gonna say he was Don Draper. There was something funny about that where I don't know. I didn't ever watch the last season, so I don't know how they wrapped it all up.
Enough.
What was that called?
Shoot,
Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
Everyone from The Office has had a lot of trouble, except even Steve Carell breaking away, because there's a new show with Steve Carell where he's a therapist and he is like held hostage by one of his patients, and there's a part in the trailer where he's yelling and it's just Michael Scott. Like that's just Michael Scott. But that's probably just how he yells in real life, but because he did it as Michael Scott, he is now synonymous with that character.
Right. Well, it's like Space Force. Yeah, I mean, I watched a couple episodes of Space Force, and I'm just expecting him to be, Michael Scott there. Yeah, and he's not. But you're right. Yeah, it's tough to.
It's just
separate the one character from the rest.
Just because that show is just beloved by so many. It's not a bad thing. Maybe for the actor trying to get more work, it's a bad thing. But if you're Angela or Kevin or Oscar, you're hanging on to that office appeal.
Sure. There's an OfficeCon.
Sure. Oh yeah.
I think it's not in Scranton. They used to do them in Scranton early on in the series. My wife went to one.
No way. Before you met her?
She did. Before I met her, she went to one of the Office conventions.
While it was still airing?
Them in Scranton. Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, because we I
didn't meet my wife until I think the 3rd or 4th season of The Office. Yeah. But she was going during the 2nd season. Mm-hmm. They had it. They drove all the way out to Pennsylvania.
That's so funny that they did a convention that early on, because I didn't even think the show got popular until well, it was like whenever 40-Year-Old Virgin came out, that really helped.
That did solidify.
Yeah, that's when everyone was like, wait a minute. Yes.
But yeah, no, she was there. She got pictures with the gentleman that played Stanley. Mm-hmm. I think she's got a picture with Toby.
So funny.
I think at the time, even Jenna Fisher and John Krasinski were going to them.
Sure, they weren't anybody.
They weren't anybody. No.
Yeah.
And now they've got Midge going to this.
Get out of here.
I know. I mean, no, it's up there. Just go look up OfficeCon. They got like the most random. They got David Wallace as a big one.
Oh,
and then they've got like a mystery guest. But they've got like it's just like this random assortment of like the biggest names they've got are, I think, Brian Baumgartner, and that's about it.
Who is it?
The ones that you'd expect to be there. Kevin.
Oh, okay, yeah. Who doesn't sound like Kevin in real life, and it's very off-putting.
No.
It's very off-putting that was a voice the whole time.
Unless you watch Trash Truck on Netflix, and then he plays the voice of the bear.
I think I did once.
Walter.
I think I did catch that.
Yeah, he plays Walter the bear on Trash Truck.
So So to wrap this up, there's no chance that John Krasinski is going to be Fantastic Four. But that movie is scheduled.
Stitch that.
Yeah, stitch that. Stitches get stitches. Bitches do stitches. Yeah. I mean, that movie is on the docket. I hope they know who they're going to cast. You got to start rolling cameras pretty soon, I imagine. I don't know.
Well, that was their phase 6, right? So they went all the way. They announced Fantastic Four, and then they
did 6.
Yes,
isn't 4 the current one? Like they're doing the
4 is the current one,
or like the
they
next
mapped
one is
out
4?
5.
Right? I thought 5 was like what they dipped their toe in. They went all the way.
No, 6 was what they dipped their toe in. They said, "Here's the beginning of it." They said it was Fantastic Four, and they ended it with the Avengers movies.
So Mattel, they unveiled some new photos from their Hammond collection, which is the 4-inch Jurassic Park line. Ellie Sattler with alternate hands with poop all the way up to here.
Poop
she just checked
all the way up.
Shoved her hands in that giant pile of shit that Ian Malcolm, as Ian Malcolm says. Did she put both hands in it in the movie? Why would you do both hands?
I feel like she was digging like.
Oh, she went 2 hands. She went 2 hands in there.
Yeah, I don't think she was just like, here's
Is
one
it,
here. I think she
so. Like, there's like part here that's
away.
sculpted, that I guess is the glove, but it's flesh colored. Were the gloves flesh colored?
They were like that medical grade, like pale white glove. Yeah, and then she takes them off. They're long, yeah,
because it just looked weird.
They're almost like cattle insemination gloves, but yeah, they're just giant long gloves.
So that's fun. I do like.
It's very fun.
I do like. I mean, I'm not. I don't like this line because I liked the 6-inch Amber collection. So I'm anti. It's over until it's not. That's what I say.
Fair enough.
So I don't like this line. I'm not collecting it. I don't like 4-inch. I feel like you could never get like a realistic head sculpt. They're too small. But this is fun. Okay. If you're gonna do this new line and make people buy the same characters again, do something fun, and this is very fun. So points to Mattel, whoever decided to throw those in there.
Throw in a couple poopy hands, and the grown man will buy it.
It's just a fun thing to have around. Just a couple extra poop hands.
Yes. I wonder. That's one to get because someone might be like, "Why does she come with poopy hands?" And just get this figure out of here.
Get pulled.
Pull it. Call it mud. No, it's mud.
There's no way it's described as like shit-stained hands on the box.
Shit hands. Ellie Sattler with shit
hands. Old shit hands. Old poop eyes.
Now, I want to see the next San Diego Comic-Con Mattel exclusive to be the scene with Ian Malcolm and the pile of poop and Ellie Sattler. I'll buy that figure. I'll buy that set right here, right now. I'll buy that.
The only new thing would be the pile of poop because we already have the other 2 characters. That's fine. You just want the pile of poop?
I'll buy it.
I do.
Just buy it for the pile of shit.
The fact that they were able to do the toilet set, I feel like that was always a pipe dream. So is there anything else that is so wild that we don't think that they could ever do and that they would do? Like, what's left for them to do?
From that first movie, there's not a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I wouldn't say there's much.
Maybe the raptor cage with the guy that gets sucked in, or
they should do a box set with the ride and a Mr. DNA figure.
Yeah, I almost bought that pop. I thought that was fun.
Yeah,
that would be fun to have the seats and then the seats.
Yes,
bar
the
goes
characters
down
and just sitting there. Be a nice gift set for all the figures.
Okay, that's what they got to do. That's great.
Yes.
It has like a lenticular screen so the picture can change.
Yeah,
there we go, Mattel. You're welcome. We'll see that next year. Start working on it. Is this Jurassic Park line gonna exist next year? Like, there's not another film. There's no cartoon.
I don't think it matters. I think Jurassic Park as a toy line goes on any number. I think it will keep going because I think even with after Jurassic Park came out, they still had a second series, and then they went to Chaos Effect, and they kept churning stuff out until The Lost World came out, and I think we went a good decade of action figures that Kenner was producing for the property. And then even after that, we had some oddball stuff. But
do you think they're going to do?
They're going
to have to do like a Chaos Effect where they bring in the neon colors or they make it crazy because they're trying to go a very realistic route with the dinosaurs right now.
They are.
Are they going to run out of dinosaurs? Like, what are they going to do? What's going to be the new? What's going to be the new hat that you put on the toy that you have to buy it?
Capture gear is always.
I did love capture gear. I did love that.
Capture gear.
Give the dinosaurs freaking lasers on their heads. Make Dino Riders. Just do it.
My kids are a big fan of the. I don't like it. I think it's so gimmicky. But they have the app game that you can scan.
Oh, the little chip that pops
DNA
out.
DNA chip.
Oh, your kids like it.
So the kids made me download the app, and then they're like, "Daddy, you can go into the store and just find them and scan them and not buy them." And I'm like, "You're right, I can."
Yeah, I don't like the app stuff, but I'm not the demo for that, so I understand that they're trying to get the young kids who don't even buy toys. Like, we need to bridge from the app to the physical toy.
Yes, it's more fun. And then then you can take the dinosaur and you can put it into an AR situation.
Oh, really? I do like that. I do like the AR stuff.
Yeah, so like you just have to find a flat surface. You can put them out in the yard, and then like my son gets so confused by it because he'll look at the phone and then he'll look at the yard and look at the phone and look and get
Where
like
is it?
terrified that there's a Dilophosaurus like right near him, but it's not there.
Poor Will.
Poor Will.
So we started this train of thought talking about Ben Affleck being in Aquaman, and quickly left that topic.
Started talking about
I do want to talk. I do want to go back to that because it's and now I always have this theory that everything is planned and marketed and nothing is real in movies and entertainment. Mm-hmm. Supposedly the reason that WB announced this is because they still do those studio tours on the trams through Universal properties. And a tour group saw Ben Affleck hanging out with Jason Momoa. And Momoa was filming, and he's like, well, I guess the jig is up. You got us. Whoops. There's no way that just happened, that they allowed that to just happen. Because even if they saw these two guys together, there could have been an explanation to why they were. It didn't have to be that they were filming this movie. So right. I feel like that is fake, and this was a way to have a really splashy return, because I felt like there was something, because Marvel had all of this press and DC did nothing at Comic-Con. So I feel like this is DC's way of being like, now it's our turn. Give me that spotlight. But I don't care that Ben Affleck is coming back. I never committed to Ben Affleck as Batman in that whole world because there was so much turbulence in that world. I actually liked the Batman Superman movie more than most people. I thought it was fine, but I just never bought in to Affleck as Batman because you always heard like, oh, he's so disgruntled, he hates wearing the suit. So I was like, he's gone, he's not gonna stick around. And like, what is this world DC is doing? You got Michael Keaton out here, and who even knows if that footage is gonna get shown? I feel like they're just gonna can that and be like, that never happened, forget all about that.
I mean, at the theater yesterday they had a giant virtual stand-up of Ezra Miller as the Flash.
That's not great.
So
what's a virtual stand-up?
Yeah, it was like a screen,
but like life size.
Yeah.
Is that what they do now? They just have screens and they just project, so they don't have to bring in the cardboard?
I think they do both. They do have the cardboard because there was cardboard for Avatar. There was cardboard standee for Top Gun. But yeah, then there was this just digital screen with Ezra Miller's Flash there saying coming soon.
Question mark.
No question mark attached to it.
I have a question. We all have question marks.
And there was that odd Lightyear promo that I sent you,
where it was like painted and it was Andy and all the toys in the front row.
Andy and the toys, the front row of Lightyear.
They just could not figure out how to market that movie and how to frame it, because it wasn't until they started doing commercials like a week before it aired, or a week before it premiered, that they were like, "This is the movie that Andy saw." Like, they could have been doing that since day one, but they clearly had some internal questions about how do we frame this in the Toy Story world? Do we want to go like full Toy Story? You know, there's a cinematic out there of an Andy sitting there watching TV, watching the movie.
Yeah, we had so many questions at the time. Remember, that was just the question of the week was, what are they doing with this? Where does it fit?
And I think they should have left it vague. I don't like that they gave this definitive answer because it doesn't make sense. Clearly this is not the movie that Andy saw in 95, 93, whatever.
Well, that's the thing too. It was tacked on at the beginning. Like, it was like, this is it. This is what we're doing. It's just a black screen that says in 1995, a boy named Andy saw this movie that you're about to watch. But
it wasn't the Andy from Toy Story, I'll tell you that. It wasn't 1995. Did it just say 95? Because it would have been 3095.
Yeah, it was
because
95.
The quality of CGI was very bad in the 90s. There definitely was not a same sex kiss or whatever happened in the movie that it got everybody upset.
The League of Super Pets had a same-sex couple moment as well.
Oh, were they humans?
They were,
but no one's talking about that. It's funny how people care, but only if it's
they pick and choose their studio.
I know.
Yeah,
it's like they're not really mad, and they're just trying to like be mad for fun or some strange thing. I don't know. It's a weird world. It's a weird world. There's a lot of weirdness out there.
It's too weird for me.
It's too weird. You're gonna sign off from life.
No, I'm not gonna sign off from life.
What's the they had to have PSAs for kids to stop offing themselves. They're like, it gets better, kids.
It does.
Tricked you, it doesn't. It gets worse. It's the worst it's ever been.
It is.
No, it's fine. I think once you like stop trying to it's like the American dream or whatever. Once you stop trying to achieve what people told you should achieve and just sort of do what you want and not really worry about it, it's better. Everything gets better. You just like what makes you happy, do that. don't like don't put yourself in too much debt, but like have fun. You can figure that other stuff out later. Like you have a roof over your head, you got some friends and family, you'll be okay.
What's going on with this HasLab Ghost Rider?
Pushing right through.
Other than it's getting teased to hell.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like the first news of the week. They at Comic-Con they had the chain that connected the two weapons, and people figure out that was one of the Ghost Riders who has like a nice car. So presumably the car is going to be the HasLab. But is that it? Is it going to be like a really easy HasLab, or is it going to be like a whole series of vehicles? Who knows?
Oh, so it won't be the traditional motorcycle. It will be the...
Who knows? That's just what people are speculating. Nothing has been officially announced, and I don't know when it will be. But yeah,
it's nice. It would be nice to see a HasLab Legends vehicle.
Sure,
it's plussed up. That not like a larger than life character.
People still want the Quinjet.
Oh, do they?
Well, ever since they've done the Build-A-Figure, they've wanted it. And I'm like, what are you going to do? You're going to put them in the seats? Like, that's not fun. It's like nothing.
A Marvel Legends Quinjet?
That's what everyone's always wanted or always talked about.
That'd be very
It would be large. That's the thing. You don't need that.
It'd be too big.
Forget it. Get out of here.
Get out of town. You don't have the room for your wants.
So Hasbro has the Power Rangers license. And some days you wouldn't realize it because there's not a lot going on with them. They don't really like to talk about it. But they, about a year ago, I'm not sure when, must have been about a year ago, whenever their PulseCon, I don't actually know, but a while ago they did their first big Megazord from Mighty Morphin. It's called Zap. I don't even know what Zap stands for. Something. Zord Ascension Project. That sounds
yes.
right. They're like, we got to make
correct.
it sound crunchy.
With the NFT attached to it, correct?
Well, that is a separate thing.
Was it?
The black and gold one, yes. That was a separate thing. That has not come out yet. But this is the first. The Zap, the original Zap with the original colors from the show, has been released. People are starting to get it. I don't remember the price on this. It was pricey. Over 100, maybe 150, maybe more than that. Maybe I'll put the text right here if I can find out. A lot of money. More than the Power Ranger fans are used to spending on their Zords. Some liberties were taken, some artistic liberties were taken with the figure as well. It's a little longer, it's a little lanky. So people are starting to get them, starting to do reviews. The reactions are mixed. I think if you were fine with how it looked, you'll be fine with the toy. Some people are like, I'm canceling, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if you can cancel at this point. It seems like too far along. But this is not what I want. I don't need more like Transformer level Megazords. The classic ones are fine. There's not a lot of engineering in the Megazord in the show. We don't need like crazy 2022 like engineering in that. I want the 6-7 inch show accurate Megazords that can fight the aliens, the monsters. That's what Paul wants. Nice. Make it happen. Come on. That being said, there's this company called Flame, and I sent you these pictures. The Flame Megazord. I I don't know what this is, but it's officially licensed by Hasbro. It's got their little logo down there. And it is bonkers. It is the Dino Megazord, but it's like it got injected with the Venom serum. It's just like everything is very angular, and then like the pterodactyl shield has teeth.
Like Gundam.
It looks like Gundam, yeah. So it seems like this is a toy that's happening, and I kind of love it. It's kind of like perfect because it's not obviously not show accurate, but it's the spirit of the characters, but like a really fun toy.
It's kind of like what you'd want to see that most recent movie, what they should have looked like.
So here's the price, $400.
Would have been a lot of fun. Nice.
I don't know how big it is. It's probably big. I don't know if it's got like metal. It's not. I don't know that it's an American release either.
No, I don't know.
The other thing, the box is 360 by 260 by 160 millimeters. I can't do that conversion, but I think it looks bonkers. I don't know that I'll ever own this. Oh, in the tank mode, he's got his arms out like this, and he's holding the blasters that go on the back of the Mastodon, but it's like a gunslinger. Yeah. You can see the fingers. Oh, I love it.
Oh, I
love it.
It's like he's doing like that. He's doing like that backwards Matrix jump. Where he's just like,
this is great. They also had a picture of a prototype for Dragon Zord, which is a little bit more of a departure from the Dragon Zord, because I always think of the Dragon Zord like very thick and sort of like hunched over, and this is more of an upright character, but still looks cool and will combine with the Megazord to do the Mega Dragon Zord or whatever they call it.
Exciting.
It's very cool. Again, I'm not sure that I can like justify owning this, but I'm very interested to see like reviews of it, and if anybody wants to send over a review sample, I'd be happy to take a look at it. But yeah, it's very cool. It's nice that Hasbro is allowing the other companies to do things that they clearly are not willing to do for a domestic market. So that's great. Good on them. Allow other people to be like really creative with the license and make it an officially licensed product. So check that out wherever awesome toys are sold.
Not your local toy store.
Which nobody has a local toy store anymore.
Entertainment Earth, and that's it.
I don't even know if it'll be on Entertainment Earth. I'm just looking at it like, damn, that's a nice
on Entertainment
toy.
Earth.
Yeah, most things are on. Some things are not. Some things are Big Bad Toy Store exclusive because they're like helping out the little guy getting these companies up and going. I wonder. Oh, you know what? What was that? What was that thing? The long box toys or something? Yes. What was it called? I want to see how they're doing. Long box heroes. That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because they were doing a crowdfunding, and they had to reach certain levels, or the characters weren't getting made. So let's take a look and see.
Update.
Ooh, okay, Madman. I don't know when it. Oh, they still got 30 days left, but literally, like, there's gonna have to be a flurry of orders. Tick is unlocked. Tick made it, so he's gonna get made, of course. And that is the only. This one, yes. Okay, so the Rocketeer set. It's like a 4-pack got unlocked. So at least some of these are going to get made. So good for you. Hey, not too long from now, this is Fresh Monkey Fiction. We should be getting those Santas that I'm excited for. I have to make sure. I have to figure out what credit card that's on because we haven't been charged for those yet. I gotta make sure there's some space on there. And then what's the other crowdfunding thing? Not Fresh Monkey Fiction, but the dinosaurs that I like.
That is
something source.
Boss fight. What's
the line?
Saurosaur Warriors.
Those are not a Kickstarter. Like, those are just happening.
Those are just happening, and they had unpainted test shots.
They look good. They got some nice detail in there.
They do.
I need to see a size comparison though, because I want these to be really like bigger. Bulky. Yeah, like I need them.
They look large.
I know, but
they
you
look
can't
large.
really tell. And because the price is kind of low, I'm afraid that they're going to be tiny. I'm like looking for something to compare them to. It's like the He-Man, like the retro He-Man we got now. I need them to be bigger than that. If they're that size, that's not enough for me. I need them to be bigger.
Okay. So then if they're like that's the current Origins figure.
I just need a little more
they
height.
need to be slightly larger than that.
That'd be great. Even bigger would be great. Better. 7-inch would be perfect.
So big.
But they're dinosaurs. They gotta be big.
He blows up.
What else I got here?
So much fun.
Target finally shipped out the Tyrannosaurus Sentry figures. That's what it's called.
Lots of stuff. Yeah, they finally are shipping out, or the pre-order is opening up for the 2 Rogue One exclusive figures they had for the Black Series. General Malik, I forget. Mm-hmm. Too many Star Wars characters.
I don't know. Yeah, so they're finally getting around to that. They had to clearance everything out to make. That's probably what happened. They had to clearance stuff out to clear out the factories or the warehouses to put more stuff in there.
Yeah, and bring in the warehouse stuff. Yeah, exactly.
So that's good. We're all getting.
I found one of those multicolored Chewbaccas.
Ooh, the retro
carded one, which was exciting because I had mine canceled because the card that it was
you don't have a red card
purchased with.
It's the only way to ensure you're not going to get canceled is to get the red card on there. It's totally worth it.
Well, maybe I'll just.
You can pay with the app. That's my favorite thing. You just pay with the app. You don't even have to take the card out.
Oh, nice.
I love that. I've totally adapted to this. Adopted the Apple Pay method. I love not having to use.
I like the Apple Pay
love not
method.
having to pull out the credit card, especially at the gas station.
It was so fun doing it at Disney. So it's just like Apple Pay. Oh, I need to take a picture. Apple Pay.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to take a picture.
It's a little too easy. Here, put it on my card, my Apple card.
What it didn't work with was dining in.
Dining in where? Like a restaurant?
At like a restaurant at Disney. It was embarrassing.
Well, they couldn't like bring the thing out to you to scan it.
They wouldn't. They had nothing to bring. Yeah, you had to go to like one of the host tables.
That's not a good system.
And have them do it there, and you're like, oh, for crying out loud. I was like, you don't have like a pad that you just walk around with, so I could do this.
Because they have like the iPad with the whatever that you do your card on. Like, why couldn't you just have the iPad with the camera on it?
Right.
Whatever. It's a work. It's a
like
work
that.
in progress.
Nothing to do. It is a work in progress.
So Minimates. I don't know what happened with Minimates because we talked about these last week or the week before. It's like they've been going like for years, like 15
Right, I felt like
years.
they've gone away though.
I know, because you don't hear about them, but there's like someone I follow someone that has a store for them, I think. So like I'd always see like a new X-Men set or something or whatever. But like all of a sudden, new licenses, AEW. This week they announced Ninja Turtles, based and like that look like the original Playmates colors, and then the box is a VHS box, but the art they're Minimates, which is fun.
That is fun.
There's some things,
a little bit of a comeback.
There's some things about the design I would have changed, but if you collect Minimates, these definitely fit into the style, so you can order those.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
You get all four all at once.
They, for whatever reason, in the product photography, they did not give 2 of the turtles their traditional weapons, which had people questioning whether they were even included, which is not great, but they are. Someone confirmed you do get all of the traditional weapons. They're what's the word? They're like they're known weapons, like the sais, the nunchucks, the bow staff, and the katanas. So
beautiful.
Go order those from Entertainment Earth. Oh, speaking of Entertainment Earth, I mentioned before that I am an affiliate, so if I post a link to Entertainment Earth and you buy something through my link, the show gets a cut of that purchase, so thank you if you do that. They're rolling out a new program where we will have, you've seen this with everything ever, someone has a code, like a link code, where it's like / their name. And Entertainment Art's going to do this, so all of the affiliates will have a code. So I asked them, it has to be 5 letters, so I couldn't do trap for the Reluctant Adult Podcast. So I asked them if I could have Toy Pod. So we'll see if they give me the thumbs up. But the cool thing is, if you use our code, our link, you get 10% off your order. And you get free shipping, and you don't have to do like the code for free shipping or whatever. So
that's exciting.
I will try to push that out if it gets approved, but that's great. Yeah, I love that. Love to save some money. doesn't, you save the money. Even though I get a cut you, or we get a cut you don't pay anything extra for using our links. You save money. So everybody wins, except, well, I guess the site wins because you're buying from them and not somebody else.
Yeah, you're giving them revenue.
Literally, this is everybody wins.
Everybody
It's
wins.
It's a perfect situation. Anything else?
You have still some stuff. SummerSlam.
Yeah, SummerSlam's happening right now. Recording on Saturday. I don't care. This is the first one. This is the first post Vince SummerSlam. I already saw that someone that Vince fired, or like that regime fired, has returned. So Triple H pulling some strings already, but we'll see. There was some weirdness where Seth Rollins had a match with Riddle, but then they did a storyline where Riddle got hurt, and then Seth Rollins was tweeting about like being so sorry if you paid to see him. So I feel like they're gonna have like some big return to face Rollins, but I haven't been checking while we've been doing the show, so we'll see what that ends up being, and we'll talk about it next week if it's a big deal. I had pulled some things out from my trip, a bunch of collector's cards, like the X-Men ones we always talk about. I have some Power Rangers ones, which I think are like the first ones because they have some very interesting choices. But we'll save that for another time, or a TikTok or something. We'll go in depth with that.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anything else for this big week, Bill? Nothing?
No.
All right. We'll see
exciting.
who gets mad at us on TikTok this week.
Hopefully it's a lot of people.
Everybody. All right, everybody. Well,
everybody.
You know what we say? We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.